of YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jewel, and I am back once again with another banger. Oh. In today's video, you guys, from which y'all can see from the background, y'all already know when I'm in this background. It's story time. Story time, like I said. Story time, period. Guys, be sure to go watch my last video. I'm going to be doing Vlogmas week by week. So this is Vlogmas week 2. So today I'm going to give you guys a story time on how me and my best friend was going to get into a fight with these other girls
over a cafeteria seat.
Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell, and let's jump right into the video. So in my last video, well, the last story time, I told y'all I came to CMM in 7th grade and I stayed to 8th grade. So this started from 7th grade. Me and this girl, we gonna call her Grass. So me and Grass, we always used to bump heads every now and then because Grass was one of them girls that will always be talking a lot of stuff but never was about, throwing hands and stuff. So Grass was just like,
Jewel thinks she all that. Jewel always thinks she the stuff. I don't like Jewel. I don't like her best friend either.
So before me and Apples became best friends, it was always me and Oranges because we went to the same school previously. So when we got there, all of us was like, dang, it's 3 of us. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell us nothing. So we always used to walk around school. If you saw me, you saw them too. You saw them too, you saw me. So everybody knew that we was all best friends. Even in our friend group, we always sat by each other. We was always together, period, point blank. It came to like the middle of 7th grade, me and Grass bump heads like crazy. Like, she started some weird drama and I was like trying to tell her because I thought we was friends, like, girl, you gotta stop that because you're gonna end up getting beat up. And she got upset about that. So she was like,
oh, so you on their side? So we finna have a problem.
And knowing me, I'm like, I'm trying to be your friend, tell you some real stuff, but you know what, okay, do you want to start that? So we just started going back and forth, and I knew that she was that type of person where she was not gonna fight. And I know how I am. I don't care who you are. If it is what it is, we gonna fight, so it don't matter. So I'm telling her, like, you don't want it, just drop it. And she was like, no. So she'll go around school,
oh, I'm gonna fight you. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
She never did anything. Always try to play victim and say I was bullying her, which I never did. So after that, we dropped all that stuff, and it came to 8th grade where everybody, we all just lit because it's 8th grade. We finna graduate. Everything finna be done. Around 8th grade, it was me, Apples, and Oranges, and Grass had her best friend. We're gonna call her Sky and I went to elementary school together. I never had an issue with Sky, but Sky used to always nitpick with my best friend. So this particular day, usually our group or majority of like the 8th graders will go to school and we'll go into the cafeteria to eat. You don't necessarily eat, that's like the social time. So like everybody will come up in there, everybody will eat, talk, do little dances or whatever. So this particular day, I came to school late. I came to breakfast like 10 minutes late before the bell rung. The bell rung at 7:20, so I came like around 7:10. So before that, my best friend came, and usually our group sit at this last table at the back, and everybody kind of, I don't want to say we had assigned seats, but everybody had their own seat, so everybody knew where they sat. Everybody sat at their little seat or whatever, and my best friend, she sat kind of in her seat, but not necessarily. Somebody else was sitting in her seat, so she kind of sat to the seat kind of next to her. Sky, Grass' best friend, was like to my best friend,
you sitting in my seat.
And no, my best friend was like,
your name not on this seat.
And Grass was like over there minding her business, not even in there. So at that moment, it was only 2 people talking. Sky, my best friend, talking about the chair, and Sky getting all mad like,
that's my seat. I always sit there. And my best friend,
like, your name not on there. Like, just sit right here. It's like another seat.
It was 3 open seats. When I get there, I'm coming up in there like, what's going on? Like, I'm confused. Like, I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? And all I hear is people yelling. People like, that's my seat, that's my seat. And in the morning time, they had like the little teacher monitors walking around. So they saw that it was kind of getting rowdy. They made us sit down. I sent it to my best friend. I'm like, what's going on? And she was like,
oh, Sky mad that I sat in her seat when I tried to. Somebody else sat in my seat, so I sat right next to her. And her name is not on the seat. She want to start issues over the seat. Like, it's so many other seats. And then Grass want to hop in and start yelling.
I said, Grass? So you mean to tell me that it's two of y'all on my one best friend? We not finna do that. I was like, all right, best friend, don't even worry about it. Me and my best friend, we have gym with Grass. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna talk to Grass, because if it's two people talking, why she gotta jump in and talk with her? I went in there in the gym. I'm like, what happened? I'm not coming at her, because I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. I'm not trying to get into a situation that had nothing to do with me. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, why did you jump in the situation when it's just two people? She was like,
oh, Apples was coming at my best friend, so I came back at her.
And I'm like, hold on, sweetheart. If them two are talking, why are you jumping in?
That's like, if there's a one-on-one fight, you jumping in. Like, weakness.
That's all I see is weakness. Like, what was your reason? And she was like,
I just told you Apples want to do all that, and if I see all that, I'm gonna jump in too.
And I'm like, sweetie, you don't want to do that. Apples don't play. So I'm like, girl, you don't want to do that. So after that, me and her is getting real rowdy up in there. Mind you, both of my best friends, Apples and Oranges, we are all in gym. And including us in gym, it was my cousin in there too. Tyler was in there too. So all of us up in there, and it's getting rowdy. I had Grass by herself, so it was no her best friend there. It was just all three of us and her. So she was trying to tell her best friend, oh, we tried to jump her in gym. Like, girl, what? Nobody tried to jump you. I was asking you a simple question by myself. Like, I came by myself. I asked you directly, what was the issue? Why did you jump in the conversation with my best friend and your best friend talking? So she was like,
oh, best friend, they was trying to jump me. We gonna have to jump them. We gonna have to jump them. So
situation wasn't even that big. All day I'm hearing,
oh, Grass said y'all finna fight. Grass said y'all finna fight. Grass said y'all finna fight.
and I'm like, huh? Fight? Who?
Grass said y'all finna fight. Everybody fight 250. I'm like, huh?
So I go tell my best friend, I'm like, best friend, everybody's saying we finna fight these girls. Like, what? She was like,
yeah, I been hearing about that too. And I was like, we not finna fight them because that's so petty. Like, girl, bye.
And while we walking down the hallway to our class, we see them two walking, and they like,
We gonna beat them up.
and Grass, like, she one of the people who were like, other people hype her up, but then she end up getting beat up. So that's just real tea, to be honest. So she was like, oh,
We gonna beat them up. And then
I was over there like, yep. And I'm like,
sweetie, let's have a conversation. I don't think that would ever happen. His friend like, you see that? I'm like, yeah, girl. And I'm like, they swing, I'm swinging back. That's on, period. So when it hit 2:50, everybody goes to the bus run. Majority of all of us rode the bus. Everybody kind of talk and get clingy and stuff, and everybody talking before we get on the bus. So while I'm walking to my bus, I see this big old crowd, and all I see is Grass and Sky, and I'm like, what in the world? And all I see is Grass like,
what's up? What's up?
So me and my best friend, I'm like, hold on, it's two of y'all, let me go find my best friend. So I go find my best friend. Mind you, Oranges did not ride the bus. Oranges was a car rider, so Oranges did not know anything. Majority of this story, Oranges was just like just there, because it's two of us and two of them, and it's a third person, which is our other best friend. So she really was not, she knew what was going on, but she wasn't necessarily in it. I go and find my best friend, and my best friend, she saw them, and all you hear,
what's up? They all like, what's up? What's up?
my best friend dropped her backpack literally in the middle of all these kids walking. Literally dropped it and walked all the way over to like where the double doors were, and we was like under a little shed, and you see this big old crowd. My best friend arguing with Sky, and I'm arguing with Grass. But before I started arguing with Grass, I'm just letting my best friend and Sky talk, because like I said, I didn't have nothing to do with that. That's when Grass want to jump in and start talking with Sky against my best friend, and I'm like, hold on, we ain't finna do that. So I start getting up in Grass' face like, don't be talking about my best friend, boo boo boo. I'm putting my fingers all up in her face, because she's short and I'm a little short too, but like she was a little shorter than me, but she was like standing on her tippy toes trying to point in my face, and I'm like, get your hand on my face. I'm just putting my hands all up in her face, like, don't put your hand in my face. He like went like boom, like on my nose, and I like boom, back. And I was thinking she was gonna swing, because you push somebody because they put their hand in your face, I'm expecting you to swing. Like, if somebody push me, I'm gonna swing. So I push her as hard as I can, boom. She did not swing. I'm like, best friend, time to go. On a fight. She been telling everybody and their cousin that they finna fight and we was gonna fight them, and she didn't even swing back. I'm like, it's time to wrap this up. So the teachers and them, they coming, and me and my best friend hurry up, get on the bus, and the bus driver had grabbed her arm and walked her to the bus. It was like,
no ma'am, we're not gonna do this.
me and my best friend rode the same bus, and my cousin did too. So I'm talking to my best friend about what happened. I'm like, you see how, and we all mad because, you know, when you get into fight mode and when you getting all like, you see it, like, I want to fight tomorrow. No, dang well, I don't want to fight tomorrow. We on the bus, we talking about it, and we just was like, they don't want to fight us because they was not doing nothing. They talked all this smack and was not about running nothing. You finna worry about that. We just gonna let them do them, and that's gonna be it. So the next day, I get called to the office.
Drew, walk to the office, please.
I'm like, what? So I go to the office. Tell me why Grass done snitched. She literally told them people I was bullying her.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She told them people I was bullying her about her skin because she had like eczema and stuff. She told them people I was just bullying her, all types of stuff, and like I was just picking on her, and I always was talking about her. I'm like, oh really? I was picking on you? Nah, sweetie, it's the other way around. You was talking about me. I didn't say nothing about you. All I asked you was, why did you jump into something? If there's two people having a conversation, why you jump in if you know things are going to get spicy? Why? Talking to me, and I was telling them like, ma'am, I didn't do anything wrong in this situation. I have messages to prove that this girl was talking about me. She was doing all this extra stuff, telling people we was gonna fight and all of that. And they was like, yeah, I understand, because she always be in the office messing and talking about somebody or saying somebody bullying her and stuff like that. Like, y'all, I have like a good 3 story times about Grass. Let me know in the comment section down below if y'all want me to do it on them. So I was like, I didn't do nothing to her. She was bothering me. So they was like, just leave it alone. Don't say nothing to her. Y'all just make up. I'm like, nah. Going back to class and stuff, everybody's like, oh,
she's scary. Oh, Grass scary.
Everybody knew she pretty much was scary. I'm not throwing no shade, but anybody that is mentioning this video, there is no hate, no shame. This is literally middle school. We are finna nearly graduate in like less than 2 years, so this is no type of brought back up drama. This is just for entertainment. Like, I'm a nice person, but like, you not finna talk about me or disrespect me in my face. And then like, I wasn't even talking to her. Like, once my best friend and her best friend was arguing, I wasn't saying a thing. But when she wanted to get on her tippy toes and start doing that, I started doing it back. Like, what's the point of being best friends with somebody if you're not gonna defend them? So I'm defending my best friend just like she would do for me. To this day, we still ride like that, and that's on period. Me and Apples, say less. The end of this crazy story time. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, because y'all, I got some more story times about my middle school, because middle school, I'm telling y'all, was interesting and it was also really good. But more content for y'all for Vlogmas. I will be doing some extra crazy things of each and every one of my royal Jewelies. Don't forget to be positive, and that is a wrap.